Oh, hey, what's going on? Comment in the chat from Hammer Down 671. Doesn't sound like there's a lot of hammering down right now. Hammer Down writes, been on the can for an hour, can't seem to get anywhere. Coincidentally, this is how I feel about Toronto sports at the moment. Allow us to be your laxative. Enjoy the show.
It's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your number one sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? It's Sid. We are live on X. We are live on YouTube. And we are live. Hold on, we have breaking news. We apparently are now live after being on probation for 2 months. I can officially announce.
There's the problem again.
Oh, I'm not going to
It's
announce
had a
it.
check mark.
No,
It says there's a
I'm not.
problem again.
I'm not going to announce it.
Ah,
At 12:30.
sorry.
At 12:30, if you think this is happening, let me know
Okay.
because we're working on something.
It was verified. There was a
No,
green check
don't
mark
say
there.
anymore. Don't say anymore.
No, I'm just
Don't say
saying there
anymore.
was a
Don't say
green
anymore. No
check
one's
mark.
blaming you. It's fine. We have an announcement later in the show. We're excited about this, and I'll unveil it in a bit. Right now, it's not ready. It's not finished. It's not to our liking.
Could be on their end.
It's doesn't nobody listening cares. We'll wait for the announcement together, and then it'll be fine. It is 2 months of this now, believe it or not. It is 2 months of the Sid Seixeiro Show powered by Sick Media. here on YouTube and X and on the audio pods, and to everyone, we appreciate you. Again, want to thank you for this. I feel like we've taken the equivalent of 6 months worth of heat and criticism, or maybe a year's worth of heat or criticism. It's only been 2 months. We have shaken some trees, folks, and some stuff has come out, and we appreciate you and your support and everyone in the chat, everyone listening, driving around, whatever you're doing. We thank you. I've made it 2 months. I didn't think I'd make it 2 months, and I'm getting really comfortable. I have to be honest with you. I'm getting really comfortable. I have persevered through all of the rips on these headphones. I have persevered through many things. Headphones are going nowhere. They're staying. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. The Masters are on. Seeing golfers who were hopeful show up and be 8 over through 4 holes. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Trying to make a bird noise.
Did you just interrupt the show to make a bird noise impression from Augusta?
Masters.
We have Amen Corner feed on all morning, and it's just Kurt Kitayama's trying to hit a putt. The birds are so annoying. It's like Marlin's man is a bird at the Augusta. Anywho, Patrick in the chat, well done, Sid Nazo. Thank you very much. Keep up the great work. From Yusuf, I'm not going to read compliments here. We can, but we thank you all. It's been a fun 2 months, and we're just getting started here. So thank you. I want to take you back. I want to take you back to last October, moments after George Springer hit a massive home run in a Game 7 against Seattle. Shortly thereafter, Jeff Hoffman was on the mound, and he had one more out to make. He was taking on Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners. And he struck Julio Rodriguez out, one of the best hitters in the game. I know I'm critical of Hoffman. Hoffman was pretty good yesterday. A little bit of trouble, still pretty good. But going back to last year, Hoffman gets the strikeout. Jays win the ALCS, and it is pure euphoria. On the field, in the stands at Rogers Center, outside, in the bars, at home, you name it. On social media, we all remember. We all remember. And there was one visual right after Jeff Hoffman struck out Rodriguez. And for the listening audience, I want to describe this to you because we just put it up. Azzo just put it up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. drops to his knees and thanks the Almighty upstairs, whoever you deem the Almighty to be, and thanking the heavens for getting the Jays to this point. The Toronto Blue Jays, who a year earlier were dead last and deservedly so in the American League East, were going to a World Series. And Vladdy threw his hands up like he was a minister. Thank you, God. That's a moment where, and it doesn't happen a lot in our lives, where you thank God. Some moments we can mention on this show, others you can't. But there are moments where like, yes. Prior to this year, I didn't think getting to 5-7 was one of those moments. But the pressure in and around this baseball team going into that baseball game yesterday against the Dodgers was quite extraordinary for this stage of the season, must be said. And yesterday, Jeff Hoffman, a couple guys on base in a bit of trouble. Max Muncy was at the plate, and they get Muncy out. And lo and behold, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has essentially the exact same reaction, Sans dropping to his knees. It's the same reaction. Think about that for a second and leave that up, Azzo. Both arms extended to the heavens. Thank you, Almighty. We're not 4-8. We are 5-7. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's how much tension was in and around this team yesterday. A game where Vladdy did not play well at all. Got a big hit late, but also did some dumb stuff on the base paths. Just not good. Not good. But that was the stress of yesterday. That was the stress of the Toronto Blue Jays having lost 6 in a row. They did not want to go into this off day today as they prepare for the Twins at home this weekend. They did not want to go into this off day having lost 7 straight. Can you imagine? Azzo and I would have cleared the deck. No Sonny Meta talk today. Maybe it would have been. Would have been some Sonny Meta. And we will have Sonny Meta talk, by the way. But the pressure in Game 12 was nuts, and I don't think it was very healthy. I'm not saying it wasn't warranted, but you can't have that kind of heat this early. Come on, man. But you saw it in everyone's body language the entire Dodgers series. The heat was there, and most of it was self-imposed as well. It wasn't just fan criticism. It wasn't just folks with microphones and writers asking questions. It wasn't that. It was them. It was them. And that is the positive of this I will pull out. No one was more pissed than them. And our chat is flying. Like, if people have not been happy with this, social media has been interesting. I, oddly enough, have not given up hope on anything. And that's not how this is supposed to go. I can't be the positive one. But it was the Jays internally who were feeling the most pressure. You saw it with Schneider flipping out 2 days ago. You've seen it with Vladdy. You've seen it with Ernie Clement. It's been there. It's been rather overt. And there is also a part of me that doesn't hate that because it means that much to them. I like that. I do like that. I think when it starts getting in the way of winning, that's problematic. But for Vladdy to thank God in 2 separate moments, one is going to the World Series, and the other is thank God we're 5-7. That's a new storyline I wasn't expecting. But the reality is they're 2 games under 500. Last April, they finished it 2 games under 500. Last May, they finished it. Guess what? They were a couple games under 500. There were some roller coasters in there, up and down. We're in the same spot here, guys. We're in the same spot. Like the worst flu ever should be going through the room and finishing pretty soon. Hopefully. A 35-year-old Patrick Corbin is going to throw against the Twins tomorrow. They just signed him this week. He's not a big strikeout guy, but he makes up for it by walking. So that'll be interesting tomorrow. But we'll see. Listen, Max Scherzer was at the Leaf game last night. He's feeling no pain. He's going Sunday, it looks like. Eric Lauer goes Saturday. We'll see how this plays out. The Twins aren't great. I'm sorry. The Twins aren't great. So I am happy for the Jays that they don't have to sit here on a 7-game losing streak on a day off, because that will ruin your day off. And the fan base won't have a good day either, despite the fact the weather here in Southern Ontario is lovely today. Absolutely lovely. It's Augusta-esque. I just hope they're not thanking the heavens a lot more going forward and just kind of focus on what they need to focus on. Leave the divine intervention for the ALCSs of the world. You take care of business now. Don't bug the big man upstairs for 5-7. Stop that, please. But that was the pressure of yesterday. And that, friends, is undeniable. Jeff Azzopardi, good afternoon.
Hello, Sid.
Happy
anniversary.
Oh, happy 2-month anniversary. Yeah. I got you something.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you brought me on.
I did not. I didn't get you absolutely anything. I'm sorry.
I didn't expect it. Don't worry.
No, I should get.
Can we give a shout out to somebody's birthday yesterday?
Of course. No, well, we didn't. But if you want to do it today, go ahead.
Huh? Yeah, I know. And I was just saying for Anello, Sick Media. We missed his birthday yesterday.
Anello,
if we're going to celebrate our own.
There we go.
He made it through another one.
Look at this.
Anello.
For Anello, I'm going to go Vladdy.
Thanks for bringing me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For Anello. Yep. Anello, for those who don't know the Cavaleros and don't know the story, you're forgiven if you don't, because everyone has a life. The Cavallero family have set up this entire pod with Azzo and myself, and any future expansion.
So if we're going to celebrate our anniversary, let's
Yes.
celebrate the anniversary of Anello's birth.
And I believe you can find the birth of Anello. When Anello was born, 3 wise men made a journey to Montreal to say thank you, Anello.
Yep.
If you care about the show at all and you want to give them a bit of a shout out this week, Anello's good people. The Cavalleros are amazing people.
Very good people.
And Anello, he looks great for his age. Happy 72nd birthday to Anello Cavallero, our boss and our friend and our boss.
So a couple people, audio producer here in the mic says, Vladdy does this every time before untucking his jersey. It's no big deal. But I tend to disagree. He does do it a lot where he points up, but sometimes it's more like
a quick one.
Yeah, it's very quick.
It's like, hey, Zeus.
Yesterday there was a big sigh and relief in him doing that, without a doubt. And like you mentioned, it wasn't his best game in that running error, and then getting to just the frustration we've seen from Vladdy this early in the season. I was gonna if they lost that game, I was gonna say Schneider has to pull him aside. If Schneider's the Vladdy whisperer and how well he knows him, he has to tell him to cut that out. Because as a leader of a team, you can't be losing it on every bad play.
Because I know
when things go wrong.
It's a valid point, because in the dugout after that running error between second and third, one of the most exhausting things I find is when you snap on yourself very quickly.
Yeah. But as a leader,
you yell an F-bomb and then you stop. I'm exhausted when that happens.
But especially as the leader of the team, because then you're going to start to put not panic, but it's going to cause some that tension you're talking about within the entire dugout. Well, because that's our leader. Why is he freaking out?
We brought this up multiple times this week. And I think it is worth bringing up again that generally, especially with younger players or new players like the Jesus Sanchez's of the world or the Brandon Valenzuela's or whoever, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that look. I don't like that feel. Yeah. I don't. It can't be this early.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry. It can't be this early. You just were in this spot a year ago. You know how this goes. Baseball is a ridiculous sport sometimes. You just can't flip. Now, I've made that mistake numerous times in my life and my career, where I'm out here going, what's Anthopoulos doing? What's JP Ricciardi doing? What's going on? We all do it with baseball to a certain extent. I'm not falling for this. I know there are a lot of fans going, what's going on here? Well, okay, they're not playing well. How about that? How about they're not? Well, they're not playing well, and maybe 2 or 3 stopgaps that would normally be here, like a Kirk or something else, or a Barger. They're not there. So it's not. This is not a complicated equation to work out with the Jays right now.
And all somebody has to remind Vladdy, as he showed in the postseason, he's too good that the game will end up coming to him. You know what I mean? Right. He's not going to be like this forever. The frustration and all that he's feeling right now,
for sure.
He's too good for that. And then the game will come to him eventually. Just give it some time. And especially because now you are the leader of this team. It is your team.
Slosh Hogger in the chat. We won. We found a way. Let's not critique a celebration. I'm not necessarily critiquing it. I just found the comparison. I found the comparison interesting with his release after Game 7 of the ALCS and yesterday. I thought there were similarities there in emotion.
Yep.
I'm not kidding when I say that.
There was a relief in it.
There's a heat on this team. And listen, I understand everyone's really excited for the Jays to come back. Everybody.
Of course.
But I do think that there needs to be perspective within the group. People outside the group are allowed to overreact constantly. No one cares about that. That's fandom. That's interest. Sometimes it's fun. It's things people do. Nothing wrong with that. Overreact if things are going well. Overreact if things aren't going well. That's sports.
Yep.
That's why we're here. Because I don't want to deal with every other news item going on right now. I want to get lost in this a little bit. No problem with that. It can't bleed into the room. And that's what the Leafs fought for 10 years.
For sure.
Let's not have it bleed. Make sure Mitch doesn't read any of the social media that his family's sending him, that he's going to read anyway. That fight, you're not going to win. You're never going to win that fight.
Even Savage, remember last year in the playoffs when he was talking about the direct messages him and his family were getting?
Yeah, I didn't like that Savage said that.
Yeah,
personally, I didn't. Don't go there. You haven't I don't like it,
honestly.
but don't go there publicly. Just handle it behind closed doors.
Or just shut it down for the postseason.
You could do that. Yeah.
I don't know why that isn't a rule with athletes.
I thought that was a bit
shut
much.
down, especially in the
I thought it was a
postseason.
bit much.
Shut down your socials.
Kira in the chat is asking to see Azzo's shirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, you know what my favorite Vladdy is? It's this one. Sorry. I know.
Go full screen. There you go. Azzo is showing us his Vladdy. Vladdy is shushing the crowd on his shirt.
What he does on the home runs, right? When he runs around the bases.
Does he shush every time?
I think I'm pretty sure. When he rounds third.
Every time?
I think when he rounds third, yeah.
By the way, was I the only one thinking he and Teoscar were going to like throw hands yesterday?
No, they were just goofing around.
Really?
Fans.
Hold on. There was a half a second. Like sometimes, listen, we've all kind of been in the spot. Someone's taking it a bit further than they should.
Yeah.
Vladdy was not in a good headspace at the time.
It's true.
And Teoscar just wants to waka and Vladdy.
Teoscar always wants to yaka.
There was a moment where Vladdy almost bit his tongue, which is universal code, especially in European for I want to kick your ass right now. I thought like for a moment, I'm like, Vladdy's not playing around right now. And I know they love each other. Everyone calm down. I'm well aware they love each other.
But even more, like the Vladdy I want to see is the one who was like slapping hands with his teammates coming out. And what was he saying? Now we go. Now we go. Now we go.
Yeah.
And like you would hope that's it. Like
because the cameras did pick that up on the way out. Vladdy was saying, now we go. Now we go.
Like I love that.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
That's a great point.
And like the off day today kind of reset. I mean, I don't know about Patrick Corbin going tomorrow, but I got a story about that either for later or tomorrow.
Patrick Corbin either.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you can stay with Max Schneider. Max Schneider. Oh
Scherzer.
My God. Scherzer.
Scherzer. That's fine.
Saying names is tough.
Snackatoba in the chat. Vladdy had an Adrian Beltre look to him yesterday. Don't mess with Beltre's head.
Yeah, it's true.
Don't mess with the head because he will get very upset. Very upset. But okay, Patrick Corbin, and the Jays just picked him up this week or within the last week. He's going tomorrow. I don't know.
Straight from a single A start where he pitched 5 innings right to the majors. So we'll see.
I don't know yet who's really throwing. The Twins have not announced much.
Yeah, I thought it was Simeon Woods.
Simeon Woods? Okay, MLB.com doesn't have Simeon Woods, but they have the Jays.
The Score app had him.
The Jays have a full, MLB.com has a full Jays
Simeon
rotation.
Woods, right? Yeah.
Simeon Woods Richardson?
Yeah.
Former Jay, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think was he part of the Barrios trade? Must have been.
I want to say he was. Was he not Stroman? Was he not part of the Marcus Stroman deal?
Really?
To the Mets?
Simeon Woods Richardson. Yeah, the Score has him listed for tomorrow.
I thought he was.
Fun fact. David Schneider hit 2 home runs off him last time he faced him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. No, but Vladdy, now we go. Like you would hope that now that they beat the Dodgers, that series is behind them. They can, I don't care how much they said they weren't looking forward to this or had it circled and the fans and the media could make a big deal about it. It had to have been a big deal to them.
Guys, there's no debating what that meant to a lot of people inside the team yesterday.
Yeah.
And the other part of that is, I think the most positive thing, Schneider had some interesting stuff on the bullpen. We'll get to that in a second. Everyone talks about Jay's identity. We're missing the biggest point. Their identity last year was one thing. They were never out of a game.
Yeah.
They came back. They led the league and come from behind wins.
100%.
Like it wasn't even close. Like now, in the moment, if I had a mic in front of me, I'd have gotten in trouble because I don't think that kind of thing is sustainable.
No, me neither.
It was with the Jays. They almost won a World Series. I would have been wrong on that. But I normally hate this stat. Like the Montreal Canadiens right now are living in this world too.
Mm-hmm.
And my issue is I love that team.
Yeah.
So I don't want to criticize that team too much. Come from behind wins are the same as a win. I shouldn't overread it, but sometimes I do.
No.
Sometimes I do. When you put yourself in losing situations that often, but part of the Jays' identity is screw it. We're coming back and we're going to figure this out. David Schneider had a hell of an end of that game. He was the smartest guy in the field.
100%.
And they got it done. And I think that to see the Jays do that, not just beat the Dodgers, to do it that way,
to win it,
significant.
Yeah.
I think that was significant.
I agree.
Because that feels like home again.
Yeah, because I've never seen a team, and this is why I don't want to say skeptical of them, but I didn't fully believe they were that good of a team. Because last year, they feed off each other. It's insane. They feed off each other, and they did it again yesterday in that 7th inning. He gets the walk, Heineman gets a single, then George gets a big hit, score a run there, score a run the next inning, and they come back and win. They feed off each other. It's crazy. I've never seen a team like that before, and that's what they got to get back to. Like I said, if it was going like that the day before, I wouldn't have minded the Ernie bump because it's the next guy's going to carry it over. Next guy's going to do it. And they did it yesterday. It was incredible.
It's a valid point. Broken Bats in the chat writes the following. Their identity has always been power of friendship. Still remains the same. That's why Davis Schneider and Miles Straw are still on the roster. I think
just like the show.
The power of friendship. It's like the fellowship. It's the fellowship of the ring.
Oh, for sure.
For the Jays, the fellowship of the ring, the hunt for the World Series ring.
But I'm glad you brought up Davis Schneider because he does deserve a shout out for being patient up there, and that's what got them there last year too.
Some smart baseball.
Yeah, for a guy who apparently wasn't going to make the roster coming in.
I never understood that.
It actually bothers me now seeing how well he does.
I never understood the Davis Schneider barely makes the team chatter out of camp.
Yep.
I didn't agree with it.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how you get the win. Like if it was that throw to second, like getting guys on base like that and where it's consistent, where it's that, it puts pressure on the defense where a mistake like that happens.
Correct.
When the ball comes down, right?
Correct.
And then that's what the Jays did well last year too. They would constantly put that pressure on the other defense while they were playing well. And you pick up victories like that. And I don't care how you got to win. That win was important. And like Vladdy said, now we go. Let's go.
Sean of the Yukon at 1225, Azo, put this up, writes the following. He writes,
oh, man, there's a lot in here. Holy cow.
I'll just read it because it's really good. We'll show it here in a second.
Oh, did it come up? It moved on me.
Sean of the Yukon writes, the fellowship of the balls. Sorry, I'll workshop it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so and listen, and Amino speaks in the chat. Hoffman, pretty good too. Listen, Hoffman's stuff has been electric.
I want to talk about the bullpen. I'm glad you pulled
electric.
this.
Let's talk Hoffman because the Schneider clips.
Can we do Scherzer
Hoffman
first though? Like he's having a margarita last night. Like he's gonna be good for Sunday.
So
right?
Scherzer and who else was at the Leafs last night?
There was a couple of Jays. Again, probably the loudest ovation, like you pointed out. Like they needed those good vibes in the Leafs game last night.
100% they did.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Leafs in that disgrace of a game a little later.
God.
By the way, the biggest Leaf headlines today had nothing to do with that game.
Right.
The Athletic are at it again. We have some updates for you coming up here in a second.
Although, so surprised that's only their second shutout of the year.
Who?
The Leafs. It's the only time they've been.
They've been shut out.
They've been shut out.
No, because they're just cherry picked left
both
and right.
Against the Capitals.
Of course, they don't get shut out. You think Nylander is going to allow that disgrace to take place?
I guess
not on his watch. Again, 19 minutes for Tavares, 20 minutes for Nylander. That's actually down. That's actually a little down.
It is.
Unbelievable. Okay, so let's get into let's bring up Hoffman, then we'll get to the clips.
Well,
what do you want to say about Hoffman?
I want to shout out George after we talked about him yesterday too, because he is like as much as Vladdy's a leader, so is George. Right. He's the catalyst on this team. That was the big hit that Schneider was talking about the night before. He got it yesterday and it got him rolling. So I do want to shout out George because he's been taking some heat lately too.
Springer was involved in a pretty interesting bottom of the first incident.
Oh yeah,
did you see that?
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's do that now.
Okay.
So obviously Shohei Ohtani is hitting and pitching yesterday, the greatest baseball player in the history of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ohtani, it's Ruth, it's and then Munenori Kawasaki, and then the list goes down from there. So Ohtani, I think he walked to lead off the game.
Yeah.
I think to Dylan Cease. By the way, Dylan Cease, like a good 5 innings, a lot of pitches he threw.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that comes with him, right?
Like
because he works counts. Yeah,
everyone's like Cease was awesome. Well, Cease was good,
but as a strikeout guy, that's what happens.
But he had to work hard.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And against that lineup, I'm not mad at it. Like the Dodgers are the Dodgers.
No, but I'm saying a pitcher of his, like a guy who works the count and gets a lot of strikeouts, that can happen. That happens a lot.
Snackatoba Bush Party. Yusuf in the chat. Kawasaki, missed that guy. Kawasaki, like, is Kawasaki's English good? Like, tell me Sportsnet if they wouldn't hire Kawasaki, wouldn't be like a superstar in this country.
For sure. I think he could do it because he gives interviews and does stuff. I think he's actually an analyst in Japan.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure.
Because he was dropping the Ohtani stuff.
A
couple off seasons ago.
Exactly.
And it started to run wild here in Canada.
So he is an analyst. Like, I guess he's at home. Yeah, it's fine.
Listen, if Kawasaki's English is solid, I'd hire him in a second.
For sure. Make it a 3-man desk. Just put him at the end. For sure.
Are you kidding? That'd be one of the best hires ever.
I agree.
And I love Caleb Joseph and Joe Siddle's the man. And by the way,
Madison.
Siddle's dropping some bluntness.
Dude.
Have you noticed that?
I like it. I know. I always love when Siddle does that. It's
Joe
great.
Siddle, he said something the other day. I forget what the circumstance was. But Dan's like, what do you make of that? And Siddle's just like, I don't love it.
Yeah. I remember that too.
I even forget what it was. But it was just like.
Yeah, what was it? I remember.
Was it letting Tyler Heineman throw pitches? Was that what it was?
No. No, I think it was something even smaller. Like it was a weird thing, but Joe's like, yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
No,
I think
Siddle's doing a great job.
This is a longer losing streak than they had all of last year.
Yep.
Got to remember that.
That's true.
Like I could see why the frustration on their end too, because they didn't even do that last year. They didn't lose 6 games.
No, they didn't. They didn't. So sorry, back to the Ohtani thing.
Yes.
So Ohtani walks in the first, and I think the Major League Baseball rule for warming up for a pitcher is 2 minutes in the commercial break, and then you got to go. So I think Ohtani only started. So he was on base, half inning ends. He gets to the mound with a minute to go on the clock. And the rule is it's up to the umpire's discretion on time for warm-up pitches. Now, apparently the Jays complained about this in Game 7
in
last
the World
year.
Series. Yeah, it became an issue where they noticed it.
And Springer had a thing to say to the home plate umpire yesterday about it, and Dave Roberts did not look happy that this was a thing. But like the rule is, like Jay fans and to Springer, it's a discretionary call.
Because apparently somebody who was at the park says they just they let the clock disappear around 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So you don't know exactly what it is, but they let them play it out.
Jay Caro in the chat, the Ohtani rule. It is the Ohtani
But it
rule.
should be.
And because, guys, I got news for you. People aren't showing up to watch Dalton Bar Show over Ohtani. You're not rushing Ohtani. I'm sorry. You're not doing it. You're not.
And you shouldn't.
And you shouldn't.
No.
It's a ridiculous thing to bring up. But, I'm sorry. If the Jays had a player doing that, you think the Jays would be like, cut him off in a minute. And he's on base and you got to run, you got to do this. Now, with that said, I don't like the thought of like a catcher on base having to like gear up. Like they got to go through the same kind of BS. Yeah. Like
MLB can end all this by just putting out a statement, right? Like if your pitcher's hitting, he gets an extra 10, 20 seconds. If a catcher's on base, he gets an extra. Like there should be 2 exceptions to the rule, and maybe that's it.
But catcher's got to deal with the same garbage. We never bring it up.
Well, no, but the problem.
No, they have to gear up. They have to go back.
Somebody
to the
can go out there.
They have to. No, but not if they're at second base.
No. I'm saying somebody can go warm up the pitcher where the catcher can just come out for the first.
Okay,
pitch,
valid point. Yeah,
right. Like correct. You know what I'm saying? Like valid the catcher point. Doesn't have to be there for the warm ups. Ohtani has to be. So like all MLB has to do is because pitchers don't hit anymore. If your pitcher's in the batting order, he gets an extra 10, 20 seconds. That's all MLB has to do, and this isn't an issue. Because now every team's going to kind of start saying it. And
it's true. It's true. But listen, baseball's going to let this go. Ohtani is the show.
But they should put out a statement saying he gets an extra 10, 20 seconds at the most. Like they should cap it.
But they don't have to do anything. The rule is discretionary. Everyone knows the rule is discretionary. The home plate umpire makes the decision.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the chat wrote, Ohtani's the best player in the game. Deal with it. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Listen, I'm fine with the Jays looking for an edge. I got no problem with that.
Piss him off?
Yeah, piss him off a little bit.
100%.
Piss off Dave Roberts, who's completely irrelevant as a manager, and anyone can manage that team? Sure, piss off Dave Roberts. I'm fine with that. I'm no fan of Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. Let me make that very, very clear. Roll Live in the chat. Ohtani got a whole bullpen session out there. Well, I don't know if he got that. But anyway, so that was the Ohtani. I wanted your take on the Ohtani thing in the first.
I just think MLB could do it. Can I say one more thing, too, about these players?
Go ahead.
Postgame, I love, whether it's Schneider or a player, they all know how many games exactly are left. Have you noticed this? Every game, it's like, well, there's 152 games left. Last night, David Schneider. Well, there's 149 games left. Like, every game, they know exactly the numbers that are left.
You know which teams know exactly how many games are left? Teams that suck right now.
No, honestly, they're just looking towards the postseason.
Teams that have a bad record are the only teams in baseball who are like, guys, there's 150 something games left.
To me, it more means, well, we're just looking at the postseason and 149 2 games or whatever it is.
I mean, look,
it's just funny to me. It seems like somebody's every night somebody's dropping how many games are left.
It is a funny thing. I'm with you.
Schneider did it the other day. John Schneider and then David Schneider did it yesterday. It's funny.
By the way, okay, since we're talking about postgame.
Oh, okay.
Let me say something. Give me the dance floor here. I just want to say something.
I put it on you.
Let me go.
It's on you.
Let me go. Because once in my life and in my career, I did interviews during live games, and I've done field reporting, and I've been in locker rooms, and I've done all that stuff. Incredibly rewarding. I learned a ton. There's a lot of hurry up and wait. It's not for everybody. Like there was a point in my life where I was kind of done with it. But it's a huge part of sports broadcasting in the sports journalism industry, and you need it. I think Hazel May of Sportsnet is one of the best people out there. One of the best. She's been doing it a long time. She's being honored justifiably, it seems like every week. And she's an outstanding broadcaster. And after the game, someone has asked her to conduct an interview when the Jays win. Okay? That's not her call. Someone in the broadcasting truck doing the lineups for Sportsnet, whoever, has asked Hazel May to do an interview. I just want to say publicly, because she would never say this, and I haven't spoken to her. This is my opinion. It is incredibly difficult to conduct an on-field live interview in front of 35 to 40,000 people and be thinking about the damn water cooler the entire time. I can't stress to you how annoying that would be for me personally. I'm not speaking for anyone else. For me. Now, the other reason that's annoying is because I watch other baseball. And what teams normally do is they douse you with water after walk-off wins. I'm going to say this again. Most teams in Major League Baseball will douse a player in a post-game interview or do the pie thing with the shaving cream. You know what I'm talking about. After a walk-off win. It's not every game. And as someone who occasionally in my life has been in that spot, I'd have some things to say if that kept happening in a post-game interview. That's just me. That's just my opinion. And I'm going to let it go. But I keep seeing it. And there's a really good broadcaster on that field for Sportsnet trying to do an interview. And she doesn't know whether to hit the gas or the brake because there's this thing on the side waiting to come in with water. It's not an important thing, but I keep seeing it. And yesterday was like one of the worst ones.
It was bad.
Like, can we wait for the walk-off wins before we do that and let really good broadcasters do their job? I just think it's tough for anybody.
Yeah. Especially because it's 2 or 3 questions. Like, that. Like, just let them get through the 2 or 3
questions.
The
whole point of it is in and out.
Yes.
In and out.
And
it's to give the fans a little applause.
Right. Well, now
break,
they started piping it in stadium.
which they should have done
Which
a
is
while
awesome.
ago.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
For sure.
But again, it's only 2-3 questions at the very max. Let her do it. And then even if you want to do it after every win, do it. And half the players hate it too, which is my part, which is why yesterday got
not all the players hate it.
Yeah, well, I know.
Not all the players hate it.
You're right. But anyways.
Go back and watch Bo Bichette's dousings. See if he was enjoying those.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Bo enjoyed anything.
You could tell yesterday Davis didn't want to get it either.
I just think we're now at the point you're nearly a World Series champion.
Yeah.
The bar's been raised. Let's stop with the Mickey Mouse stuff. Let's just stop.
I agree.
You're a big time organization. You were one of the most high profile teams in the world in that World Series last year.
Other people are watching you.
Other people are watching. Like, let's get serious. Especially when you're 5-7.
Yeah. Well,
especially when you're 5-7. Like, let's just save it for the walk-offs.
Yeah.
And let people do their jobs. And how about this? How about let a player who almost didn't make the team out of spring training have a moment?
Yes. Right.
How about we let Davis Schneider have a moment?
I think that's the biggest
No, we
thing.
can't do that, eh? Can't do that? Okay. No problem. No problem.
And but they think they're already doing her a favor because she used to get doused with the Gatorade or whatever. And
I didn't like that either.
Like now they think they're doing a favor because they let her see it coming.
No.
I'm with you or give it a break. Hazel May, by the way, winner of this year's Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame's Jack Graney Award. Like she is a Hall of Famer.
Hazel is
She's amazing.
Phenomenal broadcaster.
Just let her do her job and then do what you want. Like I'm okay if you still want to do it after every win. I get your point and I kind of agree with it. But like, if you want to do it, she has 2, maybe 3 questions to ask.
It's not a long time, man. No. Like the whole point. I haven't seen that Sportsnet lineup. I can imagine there is like they come up, Jamie and whoever's on the desk with him, Madison or Caleb. They do a quick couple things, and then they throw down to the hit. It's not a huge amount of time in the broadcast
because then the player has to even finish the interview, and he's soaked, and he's wiping stuff, and he's freezing, and he's like, just let him do the interview, like you said, let him have his moment.
I've bit my tongue on this for a long time.
Yeah, it is crazy,
and I'm just like, there's got to be other things we can focus on here. Like, let Davis Schneider have his moment.
Agreed.
So the next time Brandon, if Brandon Valenzuela, which we hope will have a big time moment for the Jays, and he gets that interview, he's not going to be allowed to enjoy it. I guess not because he's a rookie. So maybe it's a bad example because he's a rookie. But anyway, I could not have been the only one thinking of that yesterday. There's no way. There's no way.
I'll leave it alone with it for a while.
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
But that's just how I would react to that. Just so I'm clear, I've spoken to nobody about this. That's just how I would react to that as someone who is at a less profile level been in some of these spots. I haven't had a million people watch me like that, but like it's not easy. Hazel makes it look easy. It's not easy. And Arden and whoever does the gig, like it's a difficult thing to do. A rash back in the day, difficult thing to do. Just give the interviewee and interviewer 90 seconds.
But you're right.
2 minutes.
For both,
that's it.
Both sides of it. Let the guy, whoever it is, have their moment, especially when it's
gracious.
a guy like Davis Schneider. Couldn't agree more with that.
Okay. For everyone, there's a lot of people disagreeing in the chat and agreeing that it's kind of split. For everyone disagreeing, I respect everyone. I'm right. Okay, so the bullpen yesterday, there were some bullpen moments yesterday. And it wasn't just Hoffman. Again, I will be fair to Hoffman because I've been hard on Hoffman. He is when it's in and around the zone, he is unhittable right now.
When he's getting guys to miss outside the zone, he can look great.
When he's not walking dudes, he is disgusting right now in a good way.
And I'm going to give him some leeway here that maybe they did figure out it's how they deploy him when they're not overusing him, which they're going to have to be careful they don't again.
Yes.
But maybe like in the second year of a contract, last year they weren't sure what he is. I'm going to give him like a chance here and see if how they deploy him this year makes him a better pitcher because I'm hoping it does.
So let's go to the sixth inning here. And Cease comes out. Louis Varland comes in, bases loaded. Gives up a sac fly to Teoscar to make it 2-1. Then it gets Pages with the strikeout, and Alex Freeland grounds out to short. Mm-hmm. Kind of a big moment to keep the game at 2-1.
Give up the one. It's fine. Get the out.
Like what? I'll take one.
Yeah, 100%.
Bases loaded, none out. I'll take one.
Yep.
After the game, John Schneider basically wanted to get down on one knee and propose to Louis Varland. This is what he said.
Louis Varland, when we acquired him, I thought that was, it was a big trade, but it was kind of so overlooked by a lot of people, I think, not just because of his stuff, but because of the years that we have him and what he can do. He doesn't bat an eye. He's just like, give me the ball. And he doesn't really care. He cares a lot, but the situation to come in bases loaded, nobody out against that team, it's almost an impossible ask. But man, he is, quickly becoming one of my favorite players, not just pitcher, but player, just because of his mentality, the kind of dude he is and what he can do.
Chris Betty in the chat. Thank God Brendan Little is gone.
Why you got to pick on Little?
Little's still catching
Let's
strays.
Celebrate Varland.
Little is catching strays in the chat. Just the word bullpen, and people start ripping on Brendan Little in the chat. I think Louis Varland still. I know. I've been critical of the bullpen composition with Ross. Having Varland under this kind of control is a top 3 move I've ever seen from Ross Atkins. Arguably. And to have Varland come out in that kind of situation is big. Now, the reality is there were like multiple big situations for the Jays bullpen yesterday. So it was the tightrope was, I understand why Vladdy reacted the way he did after the game. It was a tightrope the entire way. But Varland is legitimate. Does he look like a closer to you one day? Because that's what the chat's kind of asking right now. Does he look like a closer to
right
you?
now, he's their best reliever to me. He's their most trusted and best reliever.
Best reliever?
Yeah.
Wow.
He is. To me, he is. And they trust him the most. We saw that in the playoffs last year, and you can see it again this. If I'm John Schneider, I love him too for that very same reason. He's the most trusted and the best reliever they have, I think. If he's the ninth inning guy, I don't know. And again, I just hope they don't overuse him. They can't use him like they did in the playoffs last year. Like every game isn't.
Which they did.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like they can't treat every game here like it's the postseason. Like they got to manage.
No,
but
that's not going to change.
I know.
That's not going to change.
But I told you this after the loss on like the game 2 loss to the Dodgers. I'm more confident in those 4 guys that they have, and then I can't wait till they get Yimi Garcia back. But those 4 guys and Tyler Rogers, Varland, Hoffman, if he continues looking like this, and I'll throw Fluharty in there because Fluharty looks pretty good too.
Jake Haro in the chat, and a lot of people are going down this road. Varland acquisition, a steal. Thank you, Twins, who the Jays will see this weekend starting tomorrow night when Patrick Corbin takes to the mound, and who knows what that is going to turn into.
Yeah, would you be okay? JG in the chat says, what if you flipped them? Hoffman in the 8th, Varland in the 9th. Done. He's okay with that.
It seems to me like the Jays are very hesitant to use Hoffman outside of a specific moment. I don't know why, but they think mentally he needs to gear up for a moment that he sees coming. Maybe with 2 out in the 8th is the earliest. That's the earliest. They do not want to use Hoffman outside of that window. I don't know why, but they don't.
You know what I think how they view it? Like you'd love to have a guy you can just put in the 9th inning, and then Varland is your guy in what is ever the most the highest pressure, the toughest part of the game, right? Whether if it's in the 5th or the 6th in a high, when there's
High
guys
leverage.
on, high leverage.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
that's the word I was looking for. High leverage situation. Like you want one guy who you can trust in the 9th and another guy where you just put in the highest leverage of the game. Like who was it? Is it Cleveland or the Yankees? You started using Andrew Miller like that. Whenever the heart of the order was up with guys on, Andrew Miller would be in the game, right? Like I think you want to have both, and right now they don't.
No, they don't.
Right? Because Fluharty will come in when you need a lefty, and then you got to work Hoffman and Varland around those guys, and now Tyler Rogers too. Like Tyler Rogers almost gave him 2 innings yesterday.
Well, let's get to Tyler Rogers now. Dark horse in the chat, though, considering the Twins are on the brain here with Louis Varland and the Twins coming in this weekend. Dark horse in the chat writes the following: Speaking of the Twins, did you see their attendance the other day?
Give me 1 sec. I might have.
They said there was 12,000 fans at this. Malarkey. That is a bunch of malarkey that there was 12,000 fans. So basically, the local broadcaster they had an aerial shot of the Twins' home park, and listen, it was cold that night. It was like 0 Celsius. Like it was cold. Do you have it? Let me continue to see this stuff. The Minnesota Twins a while ago were asked, "Why don't we have a dome?" And they're like, "Well, the elements." And all you Blue Jay fans dying for an open-air stadium around this time of year, look what this would turn into in Toronto. And for the listening audience, I'm going to describe this to you. I believe that's Luke Keishel as part of the introductions. That's not the important part. There was no one in this ballpark to start the game.
Nobody.
There was nobody there.
You could count them. Like
now,
literally.
There's 2 reasons for that. One, the Twins are a completely inept franchise who I believe fired their president of baseball ops with like a week to go in spring training. They have no idea what's going on in Minnesota. They have none. Secondly, it's cold. It's freezing. And I love the roof criticism in this city has stopped. Finally. The Rogers Center, even when Rogers Center was before the renovations and kind of a bleep hole, the roof was still amazing. You knew you were getting a game.
You could have the season open.
The weather patterns in the city of Toronto cannot allow you to have an open air baseball stadium. Meanwhile, MLS are going to be playing games in January at BMO in their new schedule. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Major League Soccer on the way up. Major League, you know what? Poo-poo is what it is. Josh Sargent thought a good game over the weekend. It was good to see.
You mentioned that.
But yeah, anyway. So that's what the chat comment was about. The attendance this week to start one of those Twins games.
And MLB should work that, right? Like if you have a covered stadium, you get the first bunch of, like you should try and work the schedule where all those games get there, right? Like now that the renovations are, like every season opener should be in Toronto. Like Toronto should have a season opener almost every year.
I think so.
Because then you don't battle the weather.
Yes. Fab in the chat. Skydome is just superior in every way. We never used to say that around here.
Sure.
People love Rogers Center right now. Mark Shapiro has nailed it.
He did.
Has nailed it.
He did.
With the fan, with like the bougie crowd, with the new lounge areas, and he's nailed it with like the everyday fan with the bars out in right field. He's nailed it. Like everyone loves it.
And if you have a new stadium, there's no reason you can't have a retractable roof these days. A lot of NFL stadiums have it.
But I would take Rogers Center over T-Mobile Park in Seattle, because in Seattle, for people who don't know, it's covered, but the elements come in.
Right.
Like if it's a cold day in Seattle, you will feel it. It's just the rain won't come. I don't like that.
No, I agree.
If I'm paying for a ticket, I want controlled environment if you can give it to me. And I'll take Rogers Center over what they got
that's
in
like
Seattle
the Bills' new stadium, right? They found a way to keep the wind out no matter what. Like it's open air, but the wind doesn't get into the stadium.
The fans will be covered like most European major soccer stadiums right now. The field won't be, but the stands for the most part will be covered.
But I saw reports like the wind never makes its way into the stadium. Like it shouldn't affect the game too much.
So Terry Pagula thinks he can control the wind now?
I don't know.
Really? He can't conduct a press conference. He's going to control the wind? What is he? What is he, some weather machine?
Maybe.
Does he have a weather machine from G.I. Joe back in the day?
Maybe that's how he made his money.
About? He controls the wind. He comes out with a staff and goes, nowhere!
There's a video online that explains it.
Someone gets Brendan Bean.
I'm not smart enough.
Cancel the wind.
I'm not smart enough to understand it. But
Terry Pagula cancels the wind.
I'm going to send
one
you
of my favorite headlines of all time. Give me a break. Crazy. Okay, so let's get to Tyler Rogers. Sorry, Tyler Rogers. So Louis Varland was like the first interesting bullpen moment. Jeff Hoffman yesterday was the last interesting bullpen moment. There was another in the 7th When Tyler Rogers came in and he had a quick, he had a quick session, and then he went down to the bullpen after, or he went down to the dugout after, forgive me. Yeah, I think he threw 8 pitches in the 7th. And then he told John Schneider, if it was 3-1 at the time, he goes, if we tie this game or take the lead, I'm coming out for the 8th. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So Schneider recounts the story with Tyler Rogers, who he's just starting to get to know.
Right.
And in the middle of this answer, I believe it's Mike Ganter from the Toronto Sun follows up and says, so was this like Scherzer telling you something? Like it wasn't really a discussion, like you were being told something. So this was interesting from Schneider after the game about Tyler Rogers.
And he hasn't pitched in a while. I feel like him, with the off day tomorrow, I think it was an 8-pitch, first up, and then he came right in and said, if we tie or take the lead, I'm going back out. Kind of like I didn't have a choice. You know what I mean? So the first kind of interaction with him on that, and I think there's times you got to work around workload, you got to work around off days and things like that. You got to kind of feel the momentum of the game, and what he did there, and then having the clean inning after that was kind of him. Just kind of ho hum, couple punch outs, some soft contact. So that's another luxury to have.
I just want to go back to your exchange with Rogers. Did he have his Scherzer face on when he said that?
No.
How out of character is that for him?
I mean, it was just. It was pretty cool, you know what I mean? Because you're still getting to know the guy, right? I mean, when we signed him, him saying, I want to be the most low-maintenance guy on the team. I don't want you to talk to me all the time. If you're talking to me, I'm not doing my job. So for him to kind of say, like, yeah, I'm good, it was like, okay. But it wasn't a Scherzer face at all. I think there's only one of those. There's the Scherzer face, when I'm on the mound, and probably my face when I was out on the field in the 5th inning yesterday. It's a little bit weird, right? A little red, little messed up, but Tyler was just pretty straight and pretty professional.
All right, that's the getting to know Tyler Rogers story from John Schneider. Your take on that, Ezra? What's your take?
I love it, because that's the way that you're not going to burn through arms like they are. Like we're saying, like they have a quick hook on guys and want the next guy in. Like Tyler Rogers, he's not putting too much of a strain on his arm the way he throws and the way he gets ground balls, so why not? Let him go. I do want to correct Schneider. Max has 2 faces. Get out of here. I got this. I'm okay. I can get through this.
Hey, Max, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What?
I'm okay. I think I can do this.
I can't. I'm 41. I can't hear you. What? Are you okay? Is your forearm good? No. My forearm sucks. It's on fire. I need 8535. I need 8535.
Can you Uber Eats me some 8535, please?
Do we need to get someone ready in the pen? No, just skip it.
Who are you, John Hamm?
That interaction was one of my favorites.
That's amazing.
The Max Scherzer, are you okay?
Well, the coach comes out, he gets yelled at. He stays in the dugout, he gets yelled at. What's going on?
That was pretty good.
So
that was
funny.
Pretty good. I enjoyed that. But here, going back to your point though about managing your bullpen, like it's a 1-run game in the World Series every time. Here's what would change with the Jays, and they'll never do it because that's not how they think. And by they, I mean Atkins and everybody. I think the smart teams who aren't the Dodgers do one thing, and if the Jays did it, they'd win a World Series one year. The one game in that series you're losing by 3 or more runs, you do not look at your bullpen again. You pick 2 guys and say, you are eating poo-poo for the rest of the night or afternoon.
100%.
And you might win 2 out of every 3. Because then you can manage the other 2 like that. The Jays will never do it. A, they don't believe in the philosophy. B, if they wanted to, they don't have the long relief arms to even do that.
Well, maybe that's Eric Lauer. Like they didn't even use Eric Lauer like that. But that's why I'm saying if you have 4 or 5 guys you can trust in high leverage situation, those kind of guys can be Spencer Miles or Tommy Nance.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
With
like that's what I was saying. You have those 4 or 5 yards, but then you have to find those guys who can do that too. And right now they got 4 of them. And I think maybe if Jimmy Garcia's come back and he's what he used to be, like for sure. Or you call up Yariel Rodriguez and just let him take the bleed kick in every time.
What's going on with Yariel? He's healthy, right?
Yeah, he's pitching in Buffalo. I looked up his stats. He had a really rough first start, and it's slowly getting better. Like he's not there.
But
how much are they paying him?
But Yariel, I can tell you how much they're paying him.
It's like 11 mil, isn't it?
But Yariel is your quintessential pitch 3 innings when we're getting our ass handed.
Yeah, right?
Like, why would you not want that? Like, why? How do you spell Yariel? I'm losing my mind.
Yariel,
Mm-hmm.
no?
Yariel.
So he got a 5-year, $32 million contract.
Whoa. Oh my God.
$8 million signing
He's
bonus.
making $7 million this year. He's making $8 million next year.
You can take a bleep kicking for $7 million.
But like he's scheduled to make $8 million again, or sorry, 6.3 in 2028. He's only a UFA in 2029. Oh, Ross. Oh,
that cancels
Ross.
out the other one.
The Yariel Rodriguez contract. That is.
But he was a starter, then he was a reliever. Now we don't even know what he is.
That is your Stolarz contract right there.
Are you still on him? Have you gone through his game logs? Or?
No, I'm just looking at the contract for Yariel Rodriguez, and I'm just trying not to throw up in my mouth as I look at this. Oh my God. Okay. Well, good luck to Yariel Rodriguez is going to get to know Buffalo a lot. I'm assuming he's in Buffalo.
Yep. He's pitched 4 times for them this year so far, including April 8th.
Reg Dunlop in the chat. Ross deserves to be on Robida Island. That's a crossing of Toronto sports swords there.
He pitched April 8th against Syracuse, 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, so it must have been a home run, 1 base on ball, 6 strikeouts.
Okay.
Let's go.
But I just think that like you do need a sacrificial. It can't be Tommy Nance every time. Like you need a sacrificial lamb in the pen that goes 3 innings and says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
I think they thought it was Manaply or whatever. What's his name?
Mantenply.
Mantenply.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah. I think he'll get DFA'd soon.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a very interesting game for the Jays yesterday, and they needed it.
Definitely.
Because they persevered. It wasn't like I almost think yesterday does them better than some 8-1 beatdown.
Agreed.
Like that is like the muscle memory that came back for the Jays yesterday was important, in my opinion. And we'll see what they do with it. Again, the Jays off today. They are 5-7, and they begin a 3-game series with the Twins tomorrow. Azzo, it's a hell of a time of year, man. I'm watching the Masters here right in front of us.
Quick interjection. Did you see Kevin Hart yesterday with Bryson at the what's it called? Part 3?
No.
He was like caddying for him, and then he took a shot. He was trying to hit it over some water, and he hit it right into the water. Well, before he did it though, first he also goes, born for this. He stole Vladdy's line.
Yeah.
That little.
But
then he hit it straight into the water and didn't even make it 10 feet.
Okay. I love you. I'm going to do the tagline right now. Azzo, it's a great time of year. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. I am not going to start with the Leaf game last night in terms of the Leafs. I am not starting there. I am not going down that road. We will go down there eventually as a group with Azzo, you and I. But I want to start with whatever the next step is for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And we are now in a situation where there are daily reports, if not bi-daily reports, of who's being looked at by the Leafs, who are the new president of hockey op candidates, where do we stand with the GM candidates, who's going to be the next coach. There's all kinds of stuff. And today is one of those athletic days because once we come in once in a while, and the Athletic and their writing staff are just hitting home runs left and right. Today is one of those days, and I think these things are way more newsworthy, Stolar's injury aside, obviously, than anything we saw last night in that pathetic hockey game at Scotiabank Arena. But the one thing I didn't understand from the Leaf game last night is people were kind of criticizing parts of the crowd, saying, "Why are you even there? Why are you sticking around to the end?" Because you're watching Ovechkin, you moron. What do you think? What you're watching William Nylander play hard? Why do you think people are there? Of course they're watching Ovechkin. They're like, thank God they have something to watch down in that arena. Goodness gracious, before the Raptors get swept. Thank God there's some. You don't act like you don't agree with me, Azzo.
I do. And
I love the Raps. The Knicks are hard.
Gentleman sweep at the very best.
Gentleman sweep.
At the very best.
Raptors play Miami again tonight.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. I actually think it's a big night for Darko. Big night for Darko. But let's start with this. Because the Athletic and their writing staff are just on fire. Pierre LeBrun today in the Athletic. I don't have to do this, but like you really need a subscription. If you're a Leaf fan right now, you kind of need a subscription. Pierre goes down the road of who certain teams are asking permission to speak to. And he wrote the following. According to league sources, both the New Jersey Devils and Toronto Maple Leafs have asked and received permission from the Panthers to speak with Assistant General Manager Sonny Mehta, whose name has been all the rage of late, especially in the Toronto market. I didn't notice. As head of analytics for the Cup champs, his background fits a big part of the profile for both the Devils and the Leafs. Now, keep in mind, the Devils also right now do not have a head of hockey ops. Brendan Shanahan. Could be him. Pierre writes one more paragraph here. However, he's not the only Panthers front office member getting love. Don't forget about Panthers assistant GM, and Azzo brought his name up yesterday. Azzo, did you bring the name up yesterday?
I did. I pitched him for the Leafs.
You did. Panthers assistant GM Brett Peterson, who, according to league sources, was recently part of the Nashville Predators' in-person interviews, also with the Panthers' permission. Nashville spoke to around 15 candidates via Zoom in the first phase of the search process, but last week the Preds moved on to phase 2, in-person interviews. And Peterson was among those who advanced. In-person interviews are interesting because you do have to get to know people and kind of see how they eat. Do they eat annoying? Can you hang around them all the time? Like, it sounds weird, but it's important stuff. You need to know these people. So Pierre LeBrun is saying the Leafs have now formally asked for permission to speak to Sonny Mehta. I don't think this is a surprise to anyone, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a timeline on this stuff with the Panthers people. It's pretty obvious. And if the Leafs are going to make a move here, I think Leaf fans' nightmare is, do we lose all our people because the search firm isn't fast enough? Now, the other add-on to this, and John Gallagher in the chat wrote, Ron Francis, interesting. For those who missed this too, Ron Francis, who has been a part of the Seattle Kraken organization since basically day one, July 18th, 2019, and has done nothing with the franchise. It's true. He stepped down yesterday as president of hockey ops in Seattle. So there are some people looking at the timing of the Ron Francis move and wondering if a 63-year-old with a lot of hockey experience is something Keith Pelly's looking at. Now, between June of 2011, when Ron Francis took over the Carolina Hurricanes, and yesterday, he's made one playoff appearance as the head of hockey ops. I'm going to say that again. Ron Francis has no resume of success, none, as a president of hockey ops. He's a Hockey Hall of Famer. He's one of the great players of all time. I think he's 7th all-time in points, 5th all-time in points, some crazy number, Ron Francis. Played with some good players, too. But Ron Francis right now is a free agent at a weird time where everyone's antennas are up in the city of Toronto. And people are wondering if the Leafs are eyeing Ron Francis. Now, if you're speaking to the John Chaykas of the world, who once lost a second and a first-round pick because he didn't know how to combine properly and hasn't been in the league in forever, and if you're talking to the Mike Gillises of the world, who hasn't been in the league in forever, I don't think Ron Francis is a stretch. Despite the lack of success, I don't think Ron Francis is a stretch if you're Keith Pelly and want an experienced person, very experienced person, to at least be the mouthpiece. Now, the other thing I found interesting about Ron Francis, and I'm not campaigning for Ron Francis. I don't think he should be the person, just so we're clear. But in 2015, Ron Francis gave a kid a shot in an organization, and it's a name that we heard at a Leaf press conference the other day, and it's Eric Tulsky. Ron Francis hired Eric Tulsky in Carolina in 2015. They have a relationship. Now, clearly, I don't know if you heard, Keith Pelly wants a data-driven organization because he's rebuilt Toronto FC in 5 games with data. Sorry, Azzo, I misheard that. That's what he said.
With value.
With value, sorry.
Value.
With value picks.
Yep.
Like $27 million for Josh Sargent.
27,
yes.
22, whatever.
Yes.
Too much.
So right now, you have the Devils looking for a president of hockey ops, Seattle Kraken, and I don't care what their record's been. That seems like a good job to me. You're going to get resources. You're going to get support. That's a good market. It seems like a good job. And then you have the Leafs, who will give you a kingdom if you can get to like a conference final. It's a really interesting landscape right now. But if for all of you poo-pooing the Ron Francis stepping down or being fired in Seattle, however that played out, I think we can all recognize how odd the timing is on that. And if you told me right now I had to choose between a John Chayka and a Mike Gillis and a Ron Francis, I'm leaning Ron. I don't care what his record is. I think you need experience on that wheel right now. It's not his fault the Habs took Slavkovsky first. I'm sure they liked Slavkovsky in that draft. But I do find his connection with Eric Tulsky interesting. I could tell you this, and we need to say this louder. Whatever we think of Eric Tulsky, who gives the nerd vibes, I get it, in Carolina, look at the standings the last 3 years. Now, do they get their ass kicked in the conference final? Yes. And I'm not convinced Carolina wouldn't have beaten the Leafs in that conference final last year if Toronto would have gotten there. I'm not convinced. The Leafs find a way to mess up a subway order, let alone a series with that kind of profile. But you have Keith Pelley saying he wants a data-driven organization. Keith Pelley is without hesitating a reporter brought it up, but he mentioned Eric Tulsky's name multiple times at the presser. Ron Francis hired Eric Tulsky in Carolina way back when. I've said this for a long time. You are going to need some synergy in these roles. You're going to need a partnership. I don't know exactly what the personal relationship is like with Tulsky and Francis, but I know Keith likes Tulsky. That part is clear. And then after that, you hire Patrick Waugh and you just mess the whole thing up. Who knows? Who knows what you do with the head coach?
What about Manny?
Manny Malhotra, who's running the HL team in Vancouver, has become a hot commodity too.
Unless Vancouver doesn't let you.
Oh, Vancouver. Watch Vancouver screw this up even more.
Yeah.
Watch this. So the Ron, don't discount the Ron Francis thing, guys. Do not. I know it's weird. I know it feels like it's not the right thing, considering Ron hasn't done a good job in these roles historically. If you're looking at just the record, he hasn't. He's made one playoff appearance since he's been in that job for 2 organizations. But don't completely rule it out. The reality is, in this beautiful moment, as talk show folks, we don't have to rule anything out. Because you shouldn't. Because I got news for you. The Leafs don't know what they're doing. They don't. So that's kind of where we're at in terms of the Leafs search. But other organizations are entering the chat here, Azzo. And if you are a Leaf fan watching this right now, and you see the Devils looking for people, not just a person, people, Seattle potentially. Jason Botterill for now will run the organization. There's speculation Seattle are fine with that because Botterill's experienced enough.
Of course.
So maybe not Seattle as much, but New Jersey's in the mix. Nashville still don't have their person. Like, if you're a Leaf fan, do you want them to take their time with this or do it in the next week? Like, what's your hope? What are you hoping happens?
Yeah, I'm glad you addressed Ron Francis because we were even getting tagged in on the Kraken announcement to it by some guys. Like, shout out Matt Donovan Bell, who asked us, could he be the next president of Leafs with the big-eyed emoji?
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
So I'm glad you addressed it.
Ron Francis is a respected guy. Yeah. He hasn't won a ton in that role. I get it. But, like, if you're just looking for an adult in the room, he's a good adult to have in the room, in my opinion.
And again, to go back to our conversation yesterday that I took a bleep kicking on to bring that phrase back, even from my mom, goes, well, you didn't understand the president dynamic with who gets hired for. And I got it.
No, I know you understand.
No, but everybody seemed to think I didn't.
But your point,
but is it not weird that they're asking for permission to talk to GMs without the president? Like, there is a chance they do that, right?
Well, but that's the thing. And for the record, I know what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yesterday. You were saying, is your GM prospect such a hot commodity you can't wait?
Right.
I understand what you were saying.
Because Sonny is a hot right?
Yes.
Like a hot commodity.
And Peterson.
And his hometown of New Jersey wants him.
Yes.
So if you kick the can a little bit, they might just take him because it's a job there. Are you going to wait for a job that could possibly happen? Or are you going to take a job that's offered to you?
John Gallagher in the chat writes, doesn't Ron Francis know Chris Pronger a little bit? Have you seen this Pronger quote that's floating around, by the way?
No,
Luke Fox just kind of retweeted it.
Oh, really?
Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
I wish I had more context on where this came from, but I don't. But it's so juicy, I don't care.
Well, let's figure it out.
So let me just read this from Luke Fox. Interview was from Real PD Grant.
Because Pronger's making the rounds right
journalist,
now.
He writes for Sportsnet out of Connecticut. He does a lot of stuff. So this is from Paul Grant. Okay. So he wrote a column on Pronger. And Pronger talked about like taking over a team, being the president, or being in some kind of role like that.
Yep.
Here's what Chris Pronger said on the Leafs job. Is Big Brother over your shoulder the whole time? How much autonomy do you have? And when you set a vision and plan a course, I would have the conviction. Do they have the conviction?
That's a good quote.
I have a feeling Chris said the quiet part out loud in terms of what a lot of hockey people who might be being approached, not people coming forward with the Leafs. Those are more, desperate's not the word, but those are more eager people. I'm talking about people the Leafs are approaching. Those are the questions.
Well,
because I think the Mike Gillises of the world will do what they're told. I think John Chayka will do what he's told.
Of course.
I don't know if Ron Francis will do what he's told, but we'll see.
That sounds to me like a guy who wants a rebuild, not a retool.
If it's needed. And that's where I agree with Chris.
Yes.
Like, again, the problem is...
Well, he's kind of said that when he's gone on shows like Overdrive, right?
I've given Pronger a lot of credit for that. Snackatoba in the chat. Pronger knows Shanahan pretty well, too.
Yeah.
That's true.
It is true. And he, well, I mean...
Because there are two types of folks looking at the Leafs. I want a job, people, and I want a job where I can succeed, people.
Yep. Well,
there are folks, let's cut the BS. There are folks approaching the Leafs or this agent of frauding around as a search firm. Glasberg. Who are going to the Leafs and will literally say anything to get the paycheck and the profile and the opportunity. There are others who have convictions and know full well what has to happen in this town. And that it has been a constant Band-Aid over the Band-Aid over the Band-Aid in the hopes of competing that has crippled the market since 1967. So who are they going to go with? The yes person or someone who wants to do this properly? I don't know. I have a feeling which way they're going to go. But there are, don't think that quote from Pronger is not universal from, you don't think Doug Armstrong asked that question? You think Doug Armstrong wasn't interested in that paycheck? Seriously? Now, there are guys, listen, I can tell you Eric Tulsky must be one of the lowest paid guys in the league. The Leafs can make him filthy rich.
Well, can I say something too? He's tried to make moves in Carolina where guys have vetoed it. Maybe if it's the Leafs, guys don't veto it. Right?
Well, guess what? If you're the president, nothing's getting vetoed.
No, I mean by making player moves in Carolina to try and get them over the hump. He tried to make trades and bring guys in.
Yeah, some of them were disasters, though.
Yeah.
The Randon thing is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen.
Right. That's fair.
So, like Eric Tulsky, everyone slow down Eric Tulsky at times. Yeah, he does act like a fantasy hockey manager.
That's true.
Like, let's cut the BS.
But
they also are first place team right now.
Yeah.
Again. And I know the division's not great, but
playing boring hockey.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But to your point, when all I hear is the top names in this search are guys like Mike Gillis, who's been out of the league for over a decade, then you're hiring a yes guy. Because that's just a guy dying to get back in and he'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right? Like the longer, if it's names that haven't had a job recently or who aren't currently in a job, those are guys who are dying to get back into, like, let's be honest, they just want another chance at it. They want another job. No matter what you tell them, they're going to do it.
No, it's true.
Right? Like that's really telling for me.
Join in the chat writes the following. I want a strong winner that commands the position. No puppets or people that want the profile. I think you can have both. I think some people might want the profile.
Can I ask you a question? If you're asking to interview one AGM, why wouldn't you just do both? Like, why don't they do Brett Peterson and Sonny Mato? Why wouldn't you ask permission to talk to both?
Maybe they know who they want.
Okay.
I listen, this is the wildest of the wild speculation.
Yeah.
The asking for permission stuff. Like it's the Wild West.
Did you read the Bill Zito thing? I love that though about Bill Zito, and that's why he's the leader. Like he doesn't want to stand in anybody's way because he knows he got there because Jarmo Kekalainen gave permission to a team to talk to him, and that's how he got his first job. So he's like, I'm going to do the same. I'm not standing.
Yeah, but hold on,
in anybody's way.
But let's Let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this.
I think that's the kind of leader you want.
Yeah, it is the kind of leader you want. But there is an element to Bill Zito saying that, and not just him, anyone in that position who has, I don't care if you're Sean McVay, I don't care if you're like the McVay coaching tree, whatever. There is an element to guys like Bill Zito in this moment who are looking at all that press.
Yeah.
And saying to themselves, I'm still the GM, right? Like I did that too. Like, not only am I not going to stand in your way, and at the end of the day, that's never a good practice because then you have angry people around you who will just betray you left and right. If someone wants to leave, let them leave. But I think Bill pays a lot of attention to what Canadian cities write and what Toronto media writes and what the speculation is. And in this moment, I think Bill Zito's thinking, sorry, am I not getting enough credit for what just happened here? All right, Sonny Meta, go ahead. All right, Peterson, go ahead. Like him and Peterson are tight.
Can do it.
Go ahead.
See
but there's an ego play on Zito's part here too. I'm not going to stand in your way. Let's go see if you can succeed without me.
But if it's for an advancement up, like that, I get, right? Like you can't hold a guy back from and then not promote him or like Vancouver said no to their AHL GM being interviewed by Nashville, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I think that was in the piece too from The Athletic. Like unless they promote him this offseason, like that's BS to me. You can't say no to that. Like let the guy advance if he's carved out a way and some team wants to take a chance on him.
Sorry, to go with what Azzo just said though, there's a lot of reports out of Vancouver today that Ryan Johnson, the GM of Abbotsford, and Manny Malhotra, the coach of Abbotsford, people are circling. So the Canucks are trying to figure out a way to keep them both to the point where Adam Foote's job might be in jeopardy, believe it or not, after 1 year, in order to make Manny Malhotra happy. So like the Canucks never cease giving content. Never. It's a wild scene. And it sounds like Jim Rutherford's staying, which is another crazy thing. Michael in the chat, the metaverse is upon us. Could happen.
So can I read you something I just saw come through my timeline? Man, I can't speak today.
Go on.
From Leafs Latest, which is a great X account to follow. Mike Gillis is on the Leafs list of candidates. However, it should be noted that in the past, Gillis made it clear that he'd only come back under the right circumstances as a president of hockey operations, not a GM.
Dude.
And that's per like Pierre LeBrun from TSN.
He hasn't been in the league for 12 years.
I know. How do you have
You're lucky you're at the popcorn stand, bud.
Right?
What the hell are you talking
You're being
about?
offered a job.
See
like that goes against what I was just saying. Like, dude.
I got to tell you something right now. That quote, Azzo, I want to thank you for reading that.
Well, Pierre reported that's where Mike
Thank
Gillis
you to Pierre LeBrun. I want Mike Gillis nowhere near this organization with that attitude.
I agree.
You should be hat in hand looking for an opportunity with this organization. What are you demanding? What the hell are you demanding, Gillis? You've been out of the league for 12 years. Give me a break. The ego after 12 years is that? Seriously? Get out of here. Keith, walk away from Gillis. Walk away from Gillis. There's 9 better names than that. Walk away. I'll bring in Ron Francis in a second ahead of that guy. And Ron Francis is analytically driven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's why he hired Tulsky, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Who is Gillis to demand anything? Give me a break. Are you kidding me? My hair wasn't gray the last time Gillis was in the league.
I know.
I'm going to be a president.
Somebody on a show was talking about stuff that was happening last time Mike Gillis was in the league, and it was ridiculous.
Mike Gillis that's the most dangerous thing I've heard about Mike Gillis.
You might have been at the score.
I might have been at 2014. I was at we were doing radio at the Fan.
A
small radio
feels like a long time ago.
Fan 590.
Feels like a long time ago.
Anyway, my God. I can't believe that's the reporting on that. Gillis better fight back on that if that's true.
I agree.
If that's not true, he better fight back. But Pierre's not usually wrong.
Yeah. Well, he says he's just pointing out that the last time we heard from him up for a job, that's what he said. He wanted to step up.
Get out of here. We all want to step up. How about to step back in first? You want to step back in?
Exactly.
Get out of here,
dude. Come on.
Get out of here. Go kick analytical rocks. Okay, so
first part.
Anything else on the Leafs search? Because there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Which is also the Devils search and the Preds search, and there's a lot happening.
There's a bunch of teams looking for GMs right now, so you might lose out on your guy. To your point, thank you for clearing that up. That's all I was trying to point out yesterday. If you're hot for a certain GM, like they seem to be for Sonny.
Now, I still completely disagree with the
I
idea.
agree. I disagree with it too. But if they think he's the guy to help them, then like you're going to lose them. Okay, let me ask you this. One more question. Sonny, first Sonny Meta. What's more? What do you think would be more attractive to him? Waiting on the Leafs job because it is the Leafs, or going home to New Jersey, an organization who hired him a couple of years back. He was in their organization working his way up to go back home and work for his hometown team.
If I'm Sonny Meta and I know that the Devils organization very well, I don't touch it with a 10-foot pole because they're the Devils. And
work there.
Hold on, let me finish. And Sonny also wants an opportunity to spread his wings. Shanahan will not let you do that. Brendan Shanahan will not let you spread your wings if he is running the hockey operation. Here's what I know about the Toronto hockey operation. If you go to the Toronto hockey operation as a first-time GM, you might one day parlay that into a $50 million deal with another team if things don't go well. At your worst, you're Dubas. At your worst. At your best, it's not a Lowry statue out front of Scotiabank. It's Sonny Meta, currently the assistant GM of the Florida Panthers. Now, the other thing people got to remember here as a poker player, former poker player, Sonny Meta, as we're learning, poker players like to play people off each other. I don't think the Leafs are getting a quick answer out of Sonny Meta, nor should they. But if Keith believes he's the person, then he's the person. Then stick with it. I think the best thing for Sonny Meta right now is to take up the Leaf job, because even if it goes south, there is another team in this league. The Leaf parachute is real. Are you familiar with the relegation parachute in the English Premier League?
Yep.
In most leagues?
Yep.
For people not who aren't familiar with soccer and the relegation promotion system, and I'll just use the Premier League because it's like the most lucrative financially. Bottom 3 teams every year in the English Premier League go down to the second division. Best system in sports, relegation promotion. Best system. Now, you may think to yourself, wow, that's a tough go. It is. But the TV money in most countries, and in England it's the most out of any country, the TV money allows teams who get relegated to have like a 3-year parachute of funds injected into your club. And I believe the first year is like $30 to $40 million. Even if you get relegated in England, you get $30 to $40 million in an effort to try and keep some of your players who might be poached for the first division. So for the next 3 years, at least financially, you're covered. Because the thinking is in the Premier League, you're paying top dollar for players. If you all of a sudden aren't making that money in, everyone's gone. Everyone's gutted. Most of them are mercenaries. The Leaf GM parachute can be very lucrative. And Kyle Dubas is the example. Brad Treliving? Not so much. I don't think he's going to live that life. But if you're a young executive who had some success, and I mean some, like one playoff series win, one Kyle Dubas had, $50 million from the Penguins from Fenway Sports. 50. Am I wrong on that? I thought it was 50.
It was something. It was
some crazy number. Forgive me if it wasn't 50.
I'll try and
felt like it was 50.
Keep going.
I think Sonny Meta needs to come to the Leafs for a lot of reasons, personally and financially, and profile-wise. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think, again, everyone's looking at the roster. The roster is the only thing that would stop Sonny Meta from really coming here if he's not allowed to go into the surgery he wants to go into. And I think we're all in agreement as to what needs to happen. But I don't know.
So Dubas, it's reported, it was never confirmed, but he got a 7-year contract worth approximately $40 million.
Sorry, $40 million. I was wrong.
Okay, and there's my next point to that. If you're coming in and you know the Leafs want you, do you have a right to demand like a 7-year contract? Because, hey, I'll try the retool, but if the retool doesn't work, I want to be here for the rebuild.
I mean, now again, Dubas is also like kind of president of hockey ops too, right? Like he's playing, he's dipping into both pools.
Yeah.
But
okay, I'll come in. I'll do it your way. I'll try the retool. We got Austin for 2 years. But if that doesn't work, I want a chance to try and rebuild. So you got to give me a 5 to 7-year contract. Would you be okay with that?
5 years is fine.
Okay.
5 years is standard.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're actually committing to this, like,
what did Brad get though? He only got.
Oh, it was like
2 or 3.
It
3?
was. I want to say 3.
I thought it was 3.
Yeah,
too.
I want to say 3. I think if you're Sonny Meta, this is the move.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I go up against Bill Zito head to head. I don't know what their relationship's like. I have no idea. Maybe it's not great. Maybe it's great. I don't know. Competition's fun.
It is.
Competition can be really fun. And listen, whether it's Jersey or the Leafs, he will see a Bill Zito team once in a while in the regular season and the playoffs potentially.
Yeah, he got a 3-year deal, Treliving, when he came in.
3-year deal. D-Man in the chat. Azzo, it can only be a rebuild. No, that's not what Keith's thinking, guys. I'm sorry.
Don't talk to me. I've been pushing for a rebuild since then.
We are all on the same team here, guys. I'm telling you.
We're
with
Chris
you.
Pronger, D-Man, everybody said it.
We are with you.
And somebody had brought up in the chat that when he was on Overdrive last week, they asked him about it. He's like, my phone's on. He's like, I haven't gotten a call. I don't think I'm getting a call.
Who were we talking about?
Pronger.
Oh, Chris Pronger.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, I don't think Pronger's getting any of these.
No,
games.
either do I.
I think Pronger's a hilarious guy who's a Hall of Famer who talks well. I like that.
He worked for the players' safety, didn't he? The department? Did he?
He may have.
Because the Leafs have gone down that road.
Which is funny considering he was one of the cheapest players in National Hockey League history.
I know.
Like that would have been great. All right, so Jack in the chat. So who's going to tell Keith Pelly you need to rebuild? No one's going to tell him. You know why? Because Rogers are telling him there's no rebuild.
Well, because Keith told you what he wants.
No rebuild.
Yeah, you can't go in there.
Keith did not speak from a vacuum last week. He's got his orders too. Despite the glasses matching the backdrop, he's not in control of everything.
Again,
he has his orders.
They won the Atlantic last year. They
Yeah.
got the Stanley Cup champs at Game 7.
Goaltending won the Atlantic. Goaltending won the Atlantic. Okay, so let's live in a world, Azzo. Let's live in a world where the Jays have their GM and president.
The Leafs are doing a retool.
Let's live in a world where the Leafs have their president and GM and head coach, whoever that is. And they come in first day in the office and they look down at their Puckpedia page. I'm sure they have another page they look at. But they look down and they see, man, there's a lot of no moves on this. There's a lot of no moves on this roster. And someone else in the room is like, yeah. And then everyone looks down and everyone brings up Morgan Rielly's name. And someone in the room goes, he's had a rough couple of years. And someone else in the room goes, yeah.
Really rough.
And then someone looks down and says, full no move next season, full no move the season after that. And then it's modified for the final 2 years of the 4-year contract. But the next 2 years for Morgan Rielly in Toronto, full no moves. Full. And someone in the room goes, do you think we should talk to Morgan Rielly about potentially waiving the no move? And someone else in the room goes, good idea.
Can we do a better role play there? You mean we haven't already?
We don't. No, we don't have to do role play. We got the quotes today. We don't have to do role play. So Josh Cloak in The Athletic, another Athletic bomb today. Josh Cloak spoke to Morgan Rielly about this. And the quotes are very interesting. And if you're on team, yeah, Morgan will do the right thing and waive his no movement. Do not hold your breath. So this was the initial quote about next season in Toronto for Morgan Rielly. Quote, my desire to stay in Toronto is always going to be there. There's a number of reasons, but a big one is loyalty. Loyalty to the team that drafted you. I think that's a powerful thing. There's a few more quotes I'm going to get to here, but I want to land on that for a second. His desire is to stay in Toronto, and loyalty is a big thing for him. He's not waiving this.
No.
Was there any anticipation, Azzo, that he was waiving this?
No.
He's not waiving. He is settled.
Just the fans wanted him.
He's got a young family in town. He's not leaving.
But I gotta, they would have had this discussion because it was out there, right? It's weird if they haven't already had this discussion with him, no?
In this article, he also says he has not been approached about his no movement. Which also goes to the theory of who the hell's running the Leafs right now. You and I were talking about locker cleanout day coming up next week.
Yeah.
Who's running that day? There's going to be no GM or president of hockey ops. Austin Matthews might not be there. Who's running the show next week? Like, Pelly's going to have to talk again. Like, Pelly might have to talk again. I don't know who's speaking.
Maybe now we know why they kept Craig Berube.
Maybe. Michael in the chat. Just make Morgan Riley an AGM. Why not?
Actually, I don't mind that.
Yeah. Why not, Pop? Why not?
Oh, man.
Richie in the chat. Loyalty to the team, literally trying to get him traded. Yeah, it's a good point. But that's code for I'm not waiving it. I'm not waiving it. So I got a few more quotes here, Azo. Let me go through these.
But does that bother you that they haven't talked to him about this? With it, it's been circulating. It's like
let me go through it and I'll answer the question. So Riley was asked if a new group comes in and asks him to waive it, what is he going to do? If the new Leafs, this is what Josh Cloak writes, if the new Leafs management group asked Riley to waive his full no movement clause, what would he say? At first, Riley says he's not prepared to answer the question right now. Yet he does have thoughts on the topic because he's thought about it before. Riley said, quote, it's a possibility. Now, in terms of his play with Craig Berube, he talked about that. Riley said the following, it's been up and down, which as a player, you want to be consistent and try not to have that. I want to be more consistent than I have been. There's been challenges, whether it's the team or individuals, all year. And that's what you want to avoid. Then he's asked, is he thinking about what he wants next season? Riley's tone perks up, according to Josh Cloak, and he answers the question before it's finished. This is what Morgan Riley said about preparing for next season and thinking about it. Quote, always. Even early on at the end of the offseason, you're thinking about what you might change moving forward or what you may change next summer. Things like that. So that's kind of the gut of it. At no point in this interview done by Josh Cloak of The Athletic is Morgan Riley giving you the impression he is waiving anything. Now, to answer your question, am I annoyed that someone inside the Leafs organization hasn't asked Morgan Riley about this? There has not been an ounce of proactive thought in this organization for 10 years. Okay? Not an ounce under various leadership teams. I am not shocked at all. We had to shame the Leafs into sitting their guys who were unrestricted in New Jersey prior to the deadline to get them to do that.
True.
There was no plan. No plan. And that is the reason why I am not stunned at a lack of proactiveness inside the Leafs organization. It is the least surprising thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, with that said, on the topic of no moves and limited no trades and full no trades and all of the things that the new GM and president of hockey ops will have to deal with for the Toronto Maple Leafs, we're talking William Nylander. We're talking Austin Matthews, full no move with 2 years left. We are talking about John Tavares. John Tavares has no moves. We're talking about the limited no move of Max Domi. We're talking about Morgan Riley. We're talking about
half the roster.
More than half the roster.
75% of the roster.
The only one really that doesn't is Joseph Wall.
Yeah.
For some reason.
And nice.
They need new agents. But the no trades are there. The no trades are real. And I've flipped my thinking on this. I am now rooting for every Leaf who has one of these to exercise it with their dying breath. Because what the Maple Leafs have done here is so reckless and unprofessional and short-sighted, they deserve every crappy season that's around the corner. And I think they have lost names on their want list for GM and president of hockey ops because the math on this roster doesn't look right. Mm-hmm. The Toronto Maple Leafs have done this to themselves. And part of it was Shanahan. Treliving didn't help. And now they're in this spot. And Dubas as well. And I'm, a lot of people have been tough on Morgan Riley this year. I've been tough on Morgan Riley this year. I've been very tough on William Nylander this year. William Nylander went out for a nice little skate last night against Washington. Had a good time. Good time. I now hope, just so this organization can learn a lesson, and it might change come the next CBA whenever that rolls around. Maybe no trade clauses get addressed. I don't know. But I think the Toronto Maple Leafs have to be taught a lesson here. And I think it's going to come from Riley and Nylander and Tavares and Matthews. Marner kind of did it to him last year, and he should have. It's the only time I've agreed with Mitch Marner on anything. Was staying put. I have a no trade. My wife's expecting. You lost your mind? Just one panicky move after another from Treliving. No, I think, and Leaf fans don't want to hear this. Morgan Riley's not going anywhere. Nylander's not going anywhere. Austin Matthews might, but he'll tell you where he's traded. And Tavares is just happy that the kids are in school and everyone's good. Everyone's comfortable because you made that environment possible in this town. The Toronto Maple Leafs did. Pelly's got to clean it up. Pelly wasn't here for all that. It's not his fault. But there's only one way the Leafs are going to learn to never pull this crap again. And this is how. Morgan Riley's your player, whether you like it or not. Nylander's your player, whether you like it or not. Austin Matthews has control of his trade situation, whether you like it or not. You have created this. God help this organization if they go down this road again. God help them. And I pray the next leadership group who comes in has some sense and says, we're not doing this anymore. If you don't want to sign long-term with us, we'll draft a kid and we'll develop him. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. That stuff has to end. One of the most reckless things I have seen management do in this city in any sport, these no trades. Now you're screwed in a way I can barely describe. Morgan Riley, I don't know if you picked up on that. He's not waving it. I don't know if you could tell. Not waving it. And I think it's a lesson the Leafs need to eat. They need to hold their nose and take their medicine on that. The fans will suffer, like you always do. I'm sorry. I didn't sign them that deal. Sorry. But they're here now. And I don't buy the Nylander stuff a while back. Was it Jonas Siegel who talked to him?
Yep.
I don't buy the Nylander thing that he would want out if they're not competing. That guy doesn't care. He can't spell competing. He doesn't care.
He can be lazier on a bad team. If he goes to a good team, he'd actually have to play.
This has to happen. This has to happen in Toronto for the lessons to be learned. It's not going to be comfortable, but there might be some sunshine on the other side potentially. Maybe a sunny Meta. Who knows what they're doing? Maybe someone with fresh eyes on it. Can't give up all your cards right away. Sonny Meta plays poker. You never win a hand like that. The Leafs haven't won one of these hands in a negotiation in a long time. Bring in a GM who knows how to play poker. The more I think about it, the more I love it. Because Shanahan and Treliving and Dubas had tells every negotiation along the way. And the players played them like fiddles. And the agents played them like fiddles. Now look at it. Now look at it. I hope Morgan Riley stays. I hope Nylander stays. This has to happen. Pain is coming. This has to happen. No organization can be this reckless and get away with it and learn something. That's not going to help the Leafs. This actually long-term is a good thing. I believe. We'll see how it goes. Agree or disagree with any of that, Jeff Azapar?
At least we got a couple Oh, no, wait, we didn't. We got an Atlantic Division title. We got a couple. Come on, we're making
Kira in the chat. So who do you want out then? Based on what I just said, you can't get rid of anybody.
You can't get rid of anybody. What do you mean? It doesn't matter who you want.
It's a very good question, Kira. You cannot get rid of anybody.
Well, remind me of the Mitch Marner thing too. They weren't proactive on that. They approached him after the fact. They were too late, where he's kind of insulted, says no, right? And of course, Morgan's thought about it because again, it's been all over the press. So how you haven't taken that chance to have a discussion with this guy just blows my mind. Because once it's out there, like you kind of. Let's take the elephant out of the room and let's talk about this. And what do you always hear? Well, to send him to Vancouver because that's where he's from. Maybe he'll waive it to go there. No, he's not. Vancouver sucks. Vancouver wouldn't want him. Like, it's the only place I could think about trying to sell him to. and it's not happening.
No, it's not like GF in the chat. The Shanna Claus. Very good.
Can we change the name? The Toronto No Movement?
The Toronto No Trades.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, dude. But you're
right. Here's the thing. Dan Joseph in the chat writes, pretend the no moves don't exist. Who goes first? I think Nylander would go first because you get the most for him.
Agreed.
But if
a goalie.
But if it's a retool, I don't think he goes.
Yeah. But again, what you're getting back for Riley at this point, even if he didn't have a no movement, is nothing big.
You're not.
You know what's funny? So The Athletic, speaking of The Athletic, they did another piece, and I thought I had it here, rating which NHL top defense pairs have been the best and worst this season. And the Leafs became the most complicated one. One, because Tanev is out and they consider him the top guy. Second, because Jake McCabe should be the top guy. But then Morgan Riley gets the most minutes and plays the most that they had to consider him their top guy, which is insane.
Repeat that to me? Sorry.
So here, let me read it for you. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, again, The Athletic did a piece. Who was it? I can't even remember. But it was which NHL defense pairs have been the best and worst in the 25-26 season. So I scrolled down to the Toronto part, and it gets so complicated. And this is what it says. The Leafs haven't really had a true top pair this year. No kidding. Chris Tanev, arguably their best all-around defenseman last year, has missed all but 11 games. Jake McCabe has handled the most 5-on-5 defense zone starts of the NHL defensemen and the toughest matchups. Some would consider McCabe their top pair. But Morgan Riley still takes line rushes as the top pair and is their highest paid defenseman. So others consider him their top pair. Like, just a mess.
Yeah, there's no continuity there at all.
But Morgan still, like, even though he struggles, is getting the most minutes, where some, like, he's being viewed as their top defenseman. It's just a mess, dude.
And on top of that, Stolarz has a 16-team modified no trade in every year of the 4-year contract that starts next season. Have you seen anything on Stolarz' injury from last night?
No. Like, and I want to get into this for the game last night, because to that point, like, Berube still being here, I just don't understand. We talked about it before the show. That board they showed on the broadcast last night.
They were last in everything?
In
every defensive category.
Dude, like, if you fired Mark Savard because their power play was in last, how is that guy, like, no offense, again, don't want people to lose their jobs, but how is he still coaching this team?
Craig Berube has coached at times this year like a guy who doesn't care to lose his job. Let's cut the BS with Craig. Like, not one adjustment. Not one. He has stayed in his lane, and it's like, this is going to work. Nope. It's
last
not.
In the metrics, shots against, rush chances against, cycle chances against. Like, and there was one or two other ones that I didn't get to write down. But, dude, like, last in every category. Again, you fired Mike Savard because the power play was last.
Right.
Like, this coach manages to avoid all this stuff, and all your defensemen are suffering now?
Justin in the chat, does Stolar's injury last night hurt the Leafs' chances of trading him? Yes.
Of course.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Does somebody need to check his equipment?
100%.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything. What did it look like to you? Because it looked like it hit him in the past.
It's groin. Listen, but I thought he was favoring something in the first shot that happened just before then. It looked like to me, but it wasn't like everyone in the highlights cut it off. But it looked like he hurt himself initially the shot before.
Okay,
so it's obviously either left leg or groin.
Groin. I was going to say, to me, I would guess groin, but yeah, we haven't heard anything. But besides that, and taking the puck in the neck, like, somebody needs to make sure he's geared up properly.
Chasey in the chat, I don't understand why you hate Tavares so much. Explain, please. I don't hate Tavares. I just don't think the Leafs have gotten the bang from their buck on his contract for the totality of it. And I don't think he's taken the heat that other people have taken in this city, quite frankly. I think Tavares has gotten a bit of a free ride. That's what I think. And he helps set the culture of we're not jumping in and helping each other out.
Right.
That's a big one to me.
Oh,
that's a big one to me. So, no 90-point seasons, 140-goal season, and he was one of the highest paid guys.
Captain's not sticking around to have lunch with other guys on the team.
No, in summary, that's my issue with Tavares. And he's slow.
Back to Stolarz. Where do you put that in the contracts Brad handed out? Are you okay with it?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with it.
Right.
Like, that one to me, it's not as bad as Domi. And it's not as bad as when you locked up Nylander when you had no leverage. The Nylander one was insane.
Because he still would have been under contract this year, Stolarz, right?
He is. He's still on the other deal. He's still on the free agent deal.
So you could have had him prove it this year before you handed that out.
I still think Tanev is the craziest thing he did.
Oh, for sure.
Because Tanev had 2 years in him left max. And he's like, nope.
Here's 6.
We're doing it. All right. That's the leadership you want. That's the leadership you want. Okay. So by the way, the pulling the goalie down 3-0 from Berube last night. Can we talk about that?
Oh my God. Is that what fans were booing? Why were fans booing last night?
But like, why? But like, someone, like, no one really asked him about that. Why?
Because it's a hockey thing to do. You know what?
3-0?
The data.
When you're trying to lose it, you're 3 points out of the bottom 5. Like the awful tank might half succeed here.
I know.
It might half succeed.
Well, that's why. So they scored another goal. Who cares?
It's
Anyways,
just
it's just
dumb.
ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
dumb,
It's
Azzo.
ridiculous. I know.
You look like you don't know what you're doing.
But that's
what
what
are
hockey
you
does.
doing?
Yeah.
Are they literally trying to get Ovechkin to score in his final game in Toronto?
Maybe.
That's pathetic. That's pathetic.
The data told him to do it. Said, we know he's a data guy now.
Pathetic.
He got his report. He got his daily report.
Incredible. Can we talk? By the way, Pete DeBoer and the Islanders.
Yeah.
Pete DeBoer has not coached the Isles since he took over from Patrick Watt. Tonight's the first game in Long Island. The Leafs are losing 9-1 because DeBoer's going to be like, you idiots should have hired me at Christmas.
Yeah.
You guys should have hired me at Christmas. What are you doing? The Leafs are going to get boat race tonight. It is going to be, and it's not going to be William Villeneuve's fault, who's in the lineup tonight. There's some new Marlies in the lineup. Who's in there tonight? Hames is in, Villeneuve is in, and Akhtiyamov is in. Artur Akhtiyamov. The goalie is in. That's how
these guys have been playing all along. Jeez.
But they just switched out Marlies because Quillen is going back down to the Marlies, and Bo Grew is going back down because they got to prep for like a Marlies playoff run, which doesn't start until 2 weeks from now. Like they can still play games. It's the weirdest thing.
It is weird.
The Marlies playoff run is not close to beginning, but they're like, we got to set them down for the Marlies. Okay, it's fine. It's up to you. So do you want to? I never thought I'd pull Bo Grew clips at this stage of the season.
I know. When you sent it to me, I'm like, wait, who's this? I don't recognize his voice.
But Bo Grew has gotten a chance here, and he hasn't sucked.
No.
Are we all in agreement on that? Bo Grew of the Toronto Maple Leafs hasn't sucked at all. And after the game, Bo Grew was talking about how he's going back down to the American Hockey League. And there is a big difference between NHL game checks and American Hockey League game checks. I got news for you. So every time you're sent down, normally it's not a good feeling.
Right. I almost heard that argument. That's why they called some of these guys up, is just to get them the check.
Potentially.
They're already overpaying guys. Like you said, Rogers won't just hand out money. You think so? I don't think they would.
Well, for that kind of salary, I don't think it's anyone's sweating.
Actually, that's true.
But Bo Grew was asked after the game about going down for the Marlies playoff run, which begins in a couple of weeks. And he talked about the chemistry in the Marlies team in a way that seems completely foreign to anything the Leafs have had this season, and dare I say last season towards the end. Yep. This is Bo Grew talking about, this is the rarity. This is a Leaf player after a Leaf game talking about a team he's going to that actually cares about each other.
Sincere chemistry. I've been part of a lot of teams, and the chemistry in this team, like everybody, like genuinely care for each other, and on the ice they have each other's back. And we're really, really a deep team, also offensively and on the back end. So no, that's going to be a real strength for us down there.
Chemistry with the Marlies is strong, apparently.
I like that you only put it to this year and last year. Like, can't you say for the last decade? The chemistry on the Leafs,
but if I just leave it to Game 5 against Florida and onward, no one can debate me.
That's fair.
No one can debate me.
I mean, they won Game 6.
They did because everyone thought they were dead, and it was easy for them. And it's like, there's no pressure here. Oh, there's pressure in Game 7. Diarrhea, diarrhea all over yourself. So that was one interesting part from. I just found it weird to hear a Leaf talk about chemistry.
Yep.
We don't hear that.
Well, when you ride a bus together with guys,
yes.
When you're like, of course you're gonna have chemistry. Those guys are fighting for something.
Oh, crazy! They eat meals together.
Yeah,
that maybe have a drink together. 100%. Crazy notion.
Like actually making the playoffs together.
Yes.
Yeah,
crazy notion. But then there was an interesting moment of Lance Hornby of the Toronto Sun implied to Bo Grew that some of the Marlies were just getting opportunities because of injuries on the big club. And Bo Grew kind of took half exception to that and said he also believes they've earned the right So this was Bo kind of defending what's happening in the AHL.
Sure, if it's because of injuries or whatever, I think a lot of guys deserved it down there. A lot of players are playing really well. And I think it says a lot about the structure that we have with the Marlies. I think they have a great plan for their prospect, and it means a lot to us down there. Like it shows that if you do the right things, you're going to get a shot in the NHL at some point. So I think it's really, really rewarding for us.
I like that he's kind of sticking up for his guys like that.
Heck yeah.
I do. Like I've gotten a good vibe from the kid, but this is why sometimes you just play guys who haven't gotten an opportunity because you don't know what you're going to find. I'm not saying he's making opening night next season, but why not try it?
He probably will.
Like, why not give it a go? Like, why? Like, what? But it's the lack. Coaches in Toronto are under such heat. It's like I can't try anything new. I cannot give someone a chance. I cannot be patient with anyone. That has to change in this city. Like you have to find your Ernie Clements. The Leafs never find their Ernie Clement. There's no patience. And
but it's also hard to find them if you're not giving the opportunities out earlier in the season.
Yeah, but that's when they're never giving opportunities out for the Leafs.
That's what I'm saying. So how are you going to find them if you're not doing it at the beginning where you can build some continuity, get a chance, prove, and maybe that fires them to keep playing?
It's just a wild that's one of the biggest problems with the Leafs we don't bring up enough. They are not. Their head coaches are just petrified to the point that no one's getting a chance that doesn't have a pedigree. Yeah, no one,
or that they've handed out a no movement clause to.
And then the Carter Verhaeghes and Mason Marchment's got to leave, and you got to do something else with your time. And Fraser Minton plays 6 minutes a night, and so we don't need Fraser Minton. Okay, that's how that is your program that you developed. All right, that's how you do it, but that's not sustainable. Like in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and to your point earlier, like it's just going to keep getting worse. Like from handing out all these no movement clauses, you do have to like kind of retool. Like it is your only option. So then you're going to, if you do get a top 5 pick, like I mentioned yesterday, like we talked about, you're probably going to end up flipping it to try and get a guy in here to help you retool quickly.
They're not moving any of the core because they can't.
Right.
They're not. Unless,
so what would you rather have, a draft pick or trade the draft pick?
Unless Matthews tells you I'm gone and it's either LA or New York.
Yeah, but then you still have to have that same conversation with all the other guys who have no movement.
No, unless the answer is no.
Right.
That's a contractual thing they have, and they don't have to do a damn thing at all. Railside in the chat, Leafs should dress Santander. We have an update on Santander coming up in like 10 minutes.
Garrett says, Clement has a hockey background. Why not bring him in? Let's sign him.
Yeah, I heard. Maybe less interviews with Ernie Clement. Yeah. Let's just kind of
chill it out a bit.
Let's just focus here. Let's focus. Should we bring up Connor McDavid winning the Hart Trophy here in the last couple of weeks of the season?
I hope he does.
So
might have put a little something on it.
So for those, you put something on it?
When Draisaitl went down.
You really?
Yeah, man.
Bravo.
Bravo,
Azzo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
I can't get a raise, so I have to earn it somewhere else.
Wow. That's not what I heard.
I'm kidding.
So 5-point night for Connor McDavid last night against San Jose, basically burying the Sharks.
Amazing.
Sharks are done. So right now we live in a world where without Draisaitl and Hyman, the Oilers are first in a bad division, but they're first. McDavid right now leads all scores with 133 points, and he's got 4 more goals than Kucherov. Now, Kucherov's kind of been the guy for a while.
Of course.
So what is this less than a week to go in the season? Is this McDavid's Hart Trophy or is this Kucherov's Hart Trophy?
I know who I would vote for.
Who's that?
It's McDavid. And not just because of what I just said.
I think it's because of what you just said.
No, well, kind of. But you know what was impressive last night? Like Celebrini had the first goal, right, last night? Like Sharks got up first, and then McDavid just took over, like he always does.
5-point night for McDavid.
Like to me, they're starting to look like that Oilers that can make a run in the playoffs. Like with him just taking over and him willing them to the next side, now, especially in that division.
I just want to say, I still think Kucherov is the MVP.
Okay.
Kucherov's the MVP.
You're so un-Canadian.
How dare you?
I'm kidding.
How dare you? But like, if we're talking injuries,
yeah.
Tampa Bay haven't had injuries this year.
Oh yeah.
Hedman's missed time. Braden Point's missed time. Cirelli's missed time. Hagel's missed time. This guy went on a run of
But they have other guys.
Yeah, like Kucherov. Other guys like Kucherov. Yes. I think Kucherov's been just a beast the entire season, and to me, he's the MVP.
But what I'm
it's
saying,
going to be a closer vote than we thought.
You're saying 4 or 5 guys had injuries. Like there's 2 on the Oilers that leave him by himself, and that they don't have a goalie. Like to me, Tampa's goalie could be 2.
Tampa can still.
Vasilevsky could be the MVP.
Tampa's got a massive game tonight in Montreal. They could still win one of the toughest divisions in hockey, and it's because of Kucherov.
But Vasilevsky has had a hell of a year too.
He's been fine, but like the point totals that Kucherov put up from New Year's Eve on were just sadistic.
That's fair.
He was unstoppable.
There's a reason he's.
And there are moments where I saw Connor McDavid this year, and it didn't feel that way. Now the stats are still crazy, but Connor McDavid is a bunches kind of scorer lately, and Kucherov I think has been pretty consistent. So I'm leaning Kucherov still.
Okay.
There's people in the chat. It's Kucherov. People are just asking, are the Jays playing today? No, Jays play tomorrow. People need their Jays fix.
Yeah.
Shotgun Draw cannot vote for McDavid. I don't know why you can't vote for McDavid. Snackatoba, crazy numbers, but still behind McDavid. There's a lot of back and forth here.
Oh,
Edward in the chat agrees with you, Azo. Cooch has more of a supporting cast.
Yeah. There's all those guys weren't really hurt at the same time.
But
really.
I can't get that run from Kucherov to start the new year out of my head.
That's fair.
But I can't.
But this run to end the season to get the Oilers first place in the division might equal that to me.
But that's the beauty of it. There will be a vote.
Right.
Well, there will be a vote.
Can we talk about what else happened in the Oilers game? Like I said, I'm like, they're starting to look like that team that can make a run.
Oh, yes. So Connor Ingram played 2 periods. And Tristan Jarry had to go back in there. Tristan Jarry gave up 6 goals the game before against the Mammoth. And now it's a situation where...
And Ingram came back out, tried to go back in. And
which is even more dangerous to me.
Right.
So you have... Draisaitl's not going to start the postseason, it sounds like. Chris Knobloch basically confirmed it this week. Hyman... wake me up when he's not hurt.
And Draisaitl told us at that soccer game.
And Draisaitl said it at the Bayern Munich game he was at about a month ago. Hyman, I will assume, is eternally hurt. I love Hyman, but I'm not going to waste my time with this because he's not going to be healthy. And if the Oilers go in, I don't care how bad the Pacific is. If Tristan Jarry is your goalie, you're screwed.
Yep.
I don't care what the situation is. I don't care how many points a game McDavid has. I don't care if Bouchard once in a while feels responsible in his own end. I don't care. And by the way, Jason Dickinson also got hurt last night.
I saw that.
The pickup from Chicago who's played very well.
But I'm with you. I thought the same thing. Again, I was saying this looks like a team that can make a run again. They're getting to that point where Connor can carry them. And then the minute Ingram got hurt, I'm like, nope, there it goes. It's done.
The Connor now. You can also make the argument any NHL team with Stanley Cup aspirations leaning on Connor Ingram, probably not a good idea.
It's true too.
Now, Connor Ingram's been through a lot in the last couple of years, and the fact that he's in this situation is an inspiring thing. But we have to also focus at times at the business part of this, which is big. Like Allmark's going back in there tonight for the Sens against Florida. Big game tonight.
Huge game. He's come up big the last couple of games for him.
By the way.
We have to give him his flowers, man.
By the way, Thomas Chabot broke his right forearm 17 days ago. He's playing tonight. How about that?
That's insane.
How about Thomas Chabot and Jake Sanderson of the Ottawa Senators?
Talk about Jake Sanderson, because he came back early.
But like Sanderson, listen, the shoulder's not fun. Dude broke his arm. Chabot broke his arm at Madison Square Garden. He's back tonight. I hope he's, listen, I am
broken
a massive...
arm, smoking arm.
Smoking? What are you smoking? I just
Apparently,
want to give Thomas
Barrios
Chabot
is going to pitch with a half-broken arm. So
we'll
find
out.
It's not that problem.
We'll find out.
It's not that big a deal.
I just want to shout out Thomas Chabot and the Ottawa Senators for fighting through a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
And right now, they, 2 more wins, they're probably in. 2 more wins, it's over.
Well, Brady likes the crowd cheering his name. Did you hear him on his pod?
Let me tell you something.
Oh, man.
If there's one thing Brady Tkachuk does really well, it's say the right thing.
At the right time.
At the right time.
Because now they're winning.
Talk to me in August of this year.
I agree.
Talk to me in August.
I thought the same thing.
Brady Tkachuk says the right thing often when he needs to. Even he's had some awkward scrums this year with the media. And he's kind of tried his best to get out of it. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, in my opinion. But We'll see. Talk to me in August as a party.
Yeah.
About what Brady Tkachuk likes and doesn't like. There's people wanting Masters talk. I can give you a Masters update right now. My guy.
I was going to say.
My guy. Akshay Bhatia is hanging around. He is right now, I can give you exactly where he is. He's 1 under, which is fine.
Are you on the Masters site? It's so nice.
Sam Burns, 5 under. Patrick Reed, 4 under. Kurt Kitayama, 3 under. Shane Lowry. I'd love a Shane Lowry win.
That would be very nice. I like Shane Lowry a lot. And he's got such a personality.
And your boy, Tommy Fleetwood, 3 under. You know what? I know Tommy Fleetwood won the tour championship at the end of the year. Like, that was big for him.
Mm-hmm.
The guy still needs a major. He's too good a golfer not to have a major.
How many holes Patrick Reed have left?
Reed is through 14.
Might have had him picked to win the first day.
Oh, you can do that too. You can do a lot of things.
Yes.
That's true. Okay. Some people love golf talk. Some people hate golf talk.
Schauffele just in the hunt. Schauffele, like just in the hunt, is so dangerous though. Like he's winning it if he's there.
Xander?
Yeah.
I don't know. Xander's kind of he's slowed down a little bit, hasn't
he?
Xander? I don't know.
Rory, pretty even all day.
Hey, man, it doesn't matter. If it's either Akshay Bhatia or nobody. I think we've established this year at the Masters. We've established this.
Tell him stop hitting bogeys.
Jeff in the chat, Masters update, Chris Vernon show. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we know. Oh, no, Augusta. We know.
Used to be a part of a show that ran it.
We know. All right, we're done. Azo, any last thoughts?
No.
From your brain. Hands up.
Vladdy.
Like Vladdy.
We made it.
Show's over.
It's over.
Where's the water bottle? Where's the water bottle?
Oh, I should have done that today. I should have brought out
I would
something.
have killed you. I would have killed you.
It would have been fun. What do you mean?
All
Looks
right.
like so much fun.
We apologize. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. On behalf of Jeff Azzopardi and everyone here at Sick Media, my name is Sid. You have been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.